So my mom was just recently in the Netherlands and she loved it. Matter of fact, it made me think about how interesting it is when friends and family come to visit and hearing about their unique perspective. Because a lot of their culture shocks are actually just little things that I've come to love about living here in the Netherlands. A lot of people. Oh man, now I am in Amsterdam today because I obviously went to the office and now it is my lunch break. I have a place to go, but I want to talk about some things I noticed when it came to culture shocks that my mom had. Holy cow, wow, look how freaking nice it is. Man, spring is here for real. God dang. And now something that stands out to people that come to visit me from America, like every time they come, would have to be public transportation, but not how good it is, but how we actually use it in the sense of how we pay for it. Because legit, all we really do is you'll either use your phone, like your Apple Pay, or you'll just have a transport card that your job gives you or that you pay for, and you tap it in when you're getting in, and you tap out when you tap out. Well, not tap out, but tap out when you're leaving. And for the most part, this system works, and it's like seamless, meaning there's really no friction unless your card don't tap. Like that's where you get the friction. But for the most part, easy to do, easy to use, works every time. And then on top of that, if you don't have a card, you can also use a debit card or a credit card, whatever you want to do, and it works exactly the same as if you had a transport card or Apple Pay if you roll that way. Man, I notice when people comment on this system and how easy it is and how efficient it is, they seem so shocked. They're like, wow, I can't believe it's so easy. That's all you gotta do. And to me, when I hear it, it's kind of like, what do you expect us to do? Like, of course. I mean, people here, they don't mess around with efficiency. But the more and more I thought about it, to me, it does make sense why it does shock people. It just works really well, and it's like quick. Like you ain't need to talk to nobody. You don't have to do nothing. It just works. And then I also say that it was also a shocker for my mom because we were just in Italy and it's a little different, and sometimes the thing didn't work. Like the tap on the bus, it didn't work. Oh snap, a group of people are renting bikes and the dude's giving them the lowdown. They're doing like a flower bike tour or something. The dude was telling them like, be careful going across the tram tracks because sometimes the bike tires get stuck in the tram tracks. And he said he's done it a few times and it's a hard fall. That's what he said. And now something else that shocks quite a lot of people when they come is bike riding. Now, I know that's like a given. But I'm not talking about the fact that people ride bikes and riding bikes is like popular here. I'm talking about how people ride bikes. Because man, believe it or not, but I often get told how well people ride bikes here. Like it is like, people are like shocked at how good people are when it comes to riding bikes. I mean, they'll ride bikes side by side, like they'll pull up in like 3x3s. I mean, you'll also see girls and guys like doubling it up, tripling it up. I saw a dude. Was like, he had a guy on the back standing up and a dude on the handlebars like squatting, and he had the pedal because the way the bike was, he had the pedal with his legs kind of out, like his knees were like out going like this. Because he was tall. But yeah, people do it, man. Like, and they be killing it. And then you'll also see people who are like holding one another because one of them has a faster electric bike. Like the skill level for riding bikes is insane. And it's like not even just like teenagers or adults. It's like seniors and it's like kids. And now I know what a lot of people are thinking. Everybody, I know what everyone's thinking. Well, that makes sense that people are really skilled at riding bikes because everybody rides bikes, and also they grow up riding bikes. Look, I understand that logic, but you're wrong. The only reason I say that is because you know how many people grow up driving cars in America, and yet people still don't know how to drive. It is mind-blowing how many people just don't know the fundamentals of driving a car. Most people in the States have to drive a car. Just like here, most people here kind of have to ride a bike, so they learn it and they just perfect it. And if they don't perfect it, they get really, really good at it. And that is how it should be. But for some reason, Americans, man, we cannot drive to save our life, man. I don't know, like a lot of people have licenses and they don't know how to drive. For a place, for a whole country that the life revolves around the car, I would say the skill level is like on the low end. And I think the worst part about it though is that they don't even care. Like, it's like the worst part. There is no progression, there is no growth. Like, it's more like a means to an end. But man, here, people do know how to drive and they take biking like seriously. Like people can bike. Perfect example, when I was with my mom and we were riding bikes, and she did great, but we were riding bikes and no joke, we come up to like a stop and I like tap my mom. I'm like trying to tap her quick because I'm like, look. I was like, look. This woman's like 80. Just rolled by like a boss. And y'all should have seen this lady. Holy cow. Super old. And she was like bending corners. She was bending with the knee. She was like MotoGP in it. She was like, whoo. And I was like, oh, look. I was like, Mom, I told you, Mom. Matter of fact, me and my mom had a conversation about this too. And this is just a side note, but we had a conversation about this. And she was saying, well, yeah, senior citizens are very active and in the community too as well. And in like these senior areas, and they go outside and they go swimming. And I was like, Mom, no, you don't understand what I'm saying. Have you ever seen somebody who was like 70? Like, have you ever seen somebody who was 70 that pulled up on rollerblades? She just laughed. And I looked at her and I was like, Ma, I have. Ain't a game out here, man. Ain't nobody plugged into the PS5. Man, senior citizen here, they killing the game. Like, I want to be like them. Oh man, I was getting B-roll back there. And I turned around and it was like 50 people right behind me. Like literally that crowd is, I was there. I was just there by myself. Turn around 2 seconds, 1,000 people. Man, I almost kissed the back of somebody's phone. Like, he was like, I didn't realize he had his phone like over my shoulder trying to get this picture. Like, geez, like give me some space. Like, god dang. And now I am out to lunch, right? And I'm on my walk. I'm gonna go ahead and go to a place that someone recommended in the comments. I'm going up. I gotta pull up to this place and I'm about to have some lunch. And something that I noticed, and I don't know why I never really talked about this in a video before, but something that I noticed a lot of people like are so shocked by is the tipping situation. And I'm not even talking about like basically how you don't have to tip here, but what I'm saying is how little you can tip, and it's okay. You don't have to feel guilty, you don't have to feel bad, you don't have to stress about it. Like, it's just okay. And the other people actually that you're tipping, they appreciate it. Like legit, the first time like I actually realized this was when my ex-boss came to visit and we had lunch. And he was trying to tip, and I was like, he was trying to tip like a large amount. And I was like, nah, you don't need to do that. He was like, no, but like, you know, why they like he was giving all these reasons and talking about guilt and all this other stuff. And I was like, but like they appreciate it that you just even give a tip. Like it's not like in the States where you could have like $100 dinner and they'll still look at you like y'all only tip $30? Man, I wish I was joking about that, but look, I'm not. Like, it is just gratitude and appreciation. It goes right out the window once you finish that meal in the States. Especially if you don't tip what they personally think is deemed like necessary. Which brings on this whole like guilt thing of like eating and then like the tipping. Like people just feel guilty about it, and it just makes people feel bad. And then you do this whole thing where you're like questioning yourself, questioning your decisions, questioning life. And this is done all because you may have not tipped enough. But yeah, what made me think about this was when me and my mom went out to lunch in Amsterdam when she was here. I gave a reasonable tip. She felt so bad because she felt like I should gave more. Like she was literally over there talking about something like, no, throw one more in there. Well, it's just one more. Like do maybe 3 more. Like nah, do 5 more. Just 5 more. And I was like, Ma, no, this is enough. Man, you could tell that she just felt bad about it. Like she felt bad because she feels like it wasn't enough. But then the guy gets the tip and he really appreciates it. Like for real, like he was just super cool about it, really nice. he was just appreciative of getting the tip in general. And legit, that's what shocked my mom. Just like that's what shocked my ex-boss and some other friends who visited, was the fact that you don't have to feel guilty for what you're given. People appreciate you just making the effort to give. Oh man, I'm so happy they built this little area. So when I first moved here, this little area right here was not here. And now people are just like sitting outside, enjoying themselves, man. Man, I'm so happy they built this whole thing. Also too, this is where the Tokyo drift parking. Snap, somebody pulled up, look, right when we were talking about it, look at that. Come on, man. Snap, a lot of people doing it right now. Look, there's somebody else right there, a lady right there. Okay, we made it, and thank goodness we're in the shade, because that means ain't nobody sitting outside. Like this whole block, ain't nobody outside because the sun ain't over here. But the place that I'm at is called Lady Bird. A lot of people recommended this place in the comments, so that is why I pulled up. It's a fried chicken place that has, and I haven't seen this in a long time, but it has cornbread. Like, pimpin', I haven't had cornbread. Wow, like it's been a minute. Hey, take this jacket off. Oh. Now, while we wait for our cappuccino, I will say another shock that a lot of people have told me about would be the overall cleanliness of the country. And I'm gonna keep it real. In my opinion, I think we could do better. Like that's just. But yeah, this is something that was commented to me quite a bit to people who come and visit, especially Americans. Like they feel like it is super clean. Even in Amsterdam, if you look around, it's still fairly clean. Like, I mean, it's clean. I mean, especially when you consider the amount of people that are just walking through this like area, through the busy part of Amsterdam. There's just so many people. But again, it is fairly clean. Matter of fact, it's not even the people that make the most mess here. I mean, yeah, you see cigarette butts and stuff like that, but I've seen pigeons and seagulls do so much damage. Like these birds were pulling stuff out of the trash. Like the bags will be out for like the trash collectors to collect the trash, and these birds are just tearing it up and going through this trash. I think that I've seen more of that than just people just littering and being messy. See, look, something like this. The thing will come open or somebody will open it and birds will just dig in. One day, I'm gonna shout you out. Holy crap. Thank you for the people who recommend this place. Look at that food. Pimp. Come, pimp. I've got a cappuccino, and I also got the honey to make my Skypuccino. I've done the cappuccino at some point. It's good. Oh man, I've done that. Food was extremely good. 10 out of, no, actually 20 out of 10, because that food was really good. I wanted to like talk about it, but there was like a large group of people that sat right next to me right when I got the food. I'm a very considerate person, so I don't want to make them feel uncomfortable while they eat, you know? So instead, I went ahead and decided to sit down and have my lunch just like a normal person. Well, I did have to pull out my laptop because there were some things I had to do. But yes, Lady Bird, 20 out of 10, amazing food. Go there if you in the pipe, tell them Sky Money sent you. Yeah, I didn't get a receipt. But you can if you ask. I mean, if you tell them Sky Money sent you. Oh man, yeah, it's definitely spring. Look over there and look, those are all people lined up along sitting at the water. Like, man, it is really nice to see, man.